Yo, what's up, Scapers? Today I just kind of wanted to go over my return to RuneScape. It's been about over a year since I've come back. I came back last November. It was November 4th of 2022. And prior to that, I hadn't played RuneScape since like 2012, 2013. So it's been about 10 years. Took about a 10-year break. It all started around Dungeoneering is when I think I started to fall out of love of RuneScape. And then in 2012 they released the Squel of Fortune. I don't know if any of you were around during that time period, but that was around the time pay to win really started to ramp up, I would say, in RuneScape 3. But what brought me back, I've always been a one person or one game person. Like I usually stick to one game, usually an MMO. And RuneScape was my childhood game from 2002, 2003 is when I started. And that's really what kicked off gaming for me. And when I came back in 2022, I noticed like a vast majority of content had been added. Like the game was not what I remember it being. And I'm just gonna go over some things about that and just kind of talk. So yeah, started around 2002 in RuneScape, played for about 10 years, and then I got a PC that was like my own, and it was very powerful, and it was around the time Diablo 3 started. So I went from RuneScape to Diablo 3, played that up until like the season started, and then I switched over. So I probably played that, I don't even know how long, maybe 3-4 years of Diablo 3. And then from Diablo 3 I switched over to Path of Exile, which I played all through college, probably for little time outside of college, so like another 5 years, 5 or 6 years. So those were like my 3 games that I dedicated my life to so far: RuneScape, Diablo 3, and Path of Exile. But I started to fall out of love with Path of Exile, and the game has just been very bloated and very repetitive with really no sense of community. And I feel like I wanted to get back into that like community game where people, you know, like meet in an area and like there's chat bars and chat logs, and you can add people to a friends list and join a clan, and there's clan chats. And I wanted to get back into a more community based game, something more relaxed and not so go go go. And I feel like RuneScape has really fit what I'm looking for. I mean, it has to be because I'm still here right after a year. I'm still sitting down and logging into RuneScape pretty much every day for the past year. And love it or hate it, I've stuck around with it, and I'm starting to get more of a grasp after being back for a year of what to expect from Jagex, what to expect for content and updates. And I gotta say, overall, I am loving my return to RuneScape. So I really hope 2024 brings it with content, and I hope the game can keep on surviving. So let's talk about when I came back in November of 2022, just about a year ago. I came back and I started looking around at why should I get hooked on this again. I made a fresh account and I just started leveling up like how an old school player would. Like I would go woodcut willows and Draenor. I would dabble in the new skills, like archaeology was completely new to me. And I think that's what made me want to switch to members, was seeing the 3 new skills that I haven't ever even played. That being divination, archaeology, and invention. And invention really piqued my interest because it's an elite skill, and you had to have 3 skills in order to unlock it. So I made the switch, I would say about 2 weeks in. So like mid-November of 2022, I went to a members account. And I would say within that 2 weeks, I recovered my main account from 2002. And a few months went by and I made my third account. And it's a skiller, so it's level 3 combat. I'm not going to do any combat on my level 3. It's going to stay there. It's kind of like an extra challenge. Kind of a meme account. So yeah, 3 new skills to come back to. And then they were announcing necromancy in December, so a month later, after my first double XP, there was hype and talk of the new skill necromancy coming out. And again, that just kept me fueled and hyped for this game. Another main interest that I found out quickly was that it's playable on your mobile device, so you can get on your cell phone and you can also play RuneScape pretty much how you could on a PC. It's not as good, but for skilling and stuff like that, it's pretty damn great. I love the fact that it's on mobile. Not many MMOs with this big of a world are on mobile, so again, that was just an added bonus. There's lots of good content, I feel like, that outweigh the bad. And maybe you've been around, you know, you never have taken a break, or you've been around and back, you know, have always come back to the game every few months to see, but I think the amount of good in the game outweighs all the bad. And by the bad, I mean the community outrage with like Hero Pass, the MTX. Like, I feel like it outweighs the bad, because at the end of the day, the company does have to make money. And there are whales in every game you go to. There's always people out there that have to have everything. They're gonna pay to win. They're gonna buy it. But at least this game uses that to their advantage. And you don't have to go off-site to do it. You can basically support the game you love, and that's an option if you choose to. So, lots of good. What I mean by that is they constantly give out quality of life. Like this year, or since I've been back, the def cost rework, the max cash update, Fort Ferenthi was released, which is like a new skilling area to get people out of the Lumbridge market, which was just kind of, I don't know, just a weird spot to train skills. Quality of life, like your essence pouches, your rune crafting pouches being filled with essence now when you load your preset. That's a new one. And they're slowly but surely updating the game graphically in areas that haven't been seen since the old school era, that have never been updated. Karamja looks so good now when you go over to Karamja and you see that jungle. You really feel captivated, like you're in a jungle. Also, when I returned back, there was things like presets, which before I had to do everything by hand back then. You had to, like, you know, withdraw 14 to Fletch. Now you can just one click of a button, you can load things out, and you can train with just a click of a button, reload the preset, and just keep going that way. Like, presets are a massive quality of life that I wish I had way back when I started playing. And another thing, like porters, where you can auto bank items, where you can go out and just like the infinite porter buff's going right now, but porters just banking stuff to the bank is an amazing quality of life. So yeah, guys, I hope you kind of get a gist of my return and my year back of RuneScape. I really hope 2024 does everybody well. I hope 2024 is prosperous for RuneScape. I hope the content and the quality of life and the graphical reworks and all that just keep coming. And as long as a company like Jagex is willing to communicate, go back on things, change things, I think we're in a really good spot. I feel like this game has a lot of mods and presence and a lot of companies just don't do that nowadays, so we are very blessed. And yeah, feel free to leave comments below, and I'm just gonna have to keep on grinding. Like, I'm going for 120 all. I need to learn how to PVM better, and I'm eventually gonna go for the quest cape. So yeah, those are some of the things I'll be working on. You can always catch me live at Easy Company Gaming on Twitch. And as always, easy out. Peace.